Every time I fall out of loop with my training, I always go back to the simple 10 a day, and I hope that this workout can be that for you. Before we get started, I'm just gonna say that today for the second exercise, you're going to need a dumbbell or a water bottle, such as I will be using. Just so you get that ready before we start. I'm going to be giving alternatives for harder and easier versions. And we're starting with a simple squat. So squatting down, coming back up, nice and easy. We want to make sure that we squeeze our glutes on the top. We don't want to be pushing our hips forwards like this and leaning back. I'm thinking about tilting my hips, squeezing. So every repetition we go all the way up. If you feel like this is pretty easy for you, we're going to be going all the way down to sitting, coming back up. Squeezing glutes on top. Last repetition. On the next one here, you're going to need your water bottle. And from here, we're gonna be working our glutes. So standing on one leg, we're gonna hold our weight up overhead. And from here, super straight back, we're going to be coming down, coming back up. And as we do this, we wanna be thinking about working with our glutes and our hamstrings. Super straight back. So by no means do I wanna be looking like this. So it is my glute doing the work, straight back. And if you find this easy, we're going to go lift up that back leg and we're going to work our balance here. Same thing, coming up and down. And last one. Awesome. Switching to the other side. Same thing, we're gonna start with that back foot and the ground, reminding ourselves of the technical bits, straight back, working with that glute of the standing leg. Most of the weight is on this leg, so this one's there only for balance. Whew. And we're going to lift up that back foot. The further the weight is away from your head, the harder it is. So if you want to challenge, you can be straightening your arms. And last one. Awesome. We're gonna get rid of this one. We're gonna continue with single leg exercises. Both legs together, we're gonna step back, coming up, lifting that back leg up. Nice and high as you can with that front knee. And as we go here, you want to be making sure that this knee doesn't go in. So I don't want to be stepping like this. I want to keep it nice and steady. Knee goes over the little toe. And if you're finding this easy, we're going to add a jump. Working at your own level. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, switching legs. Starting nice and easy, super high knees. So you don't want to be slacking on the knees. Remembering the front knee wants to be going out over your little toe. Very good, adding a jump. Last repetition. Nice, on the last one, we're going to do a little bit more squatting. So here, feet together, squatting down. 45 seconds here. This is our last exercise. After this, we only have stretching left. Very good. And if you want a challenge here, we're gonna bring our hands to the front. We're gonna come up to our toes. Nice and low with our bum. The lower we are, the harder this is. Three, two, and one. Nice. We're going to move on to our stretches, and we're going to start with our pancake stretch. So nice and wide with our legs. Not the widest we can though. We just want a decent 90 degrees here. Feet up, thinking about turning your feet outwards. And from here, nice and proud chest, straight back, leaning forwards. If you find this very hard, you can be placing a block or a cushion under your glutes, and it's just gonna make it a little bit easier to lean forwards in this exercise. If you feel like you're sitting very much like this and don't feel the stretch, you should feel it in your hamstrings. And going as low as we can for last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. On this one, we're going to stretch our glutes. So we're going to start like this. And from here, we're gonna grab that bottom leg, bring it forwards, and I'm going to lift my chest up, use my elbow to push this knee down, and I'm going to lean over this leg. And you should feel it in the glute of the front leg. If you don't feel it here, you may need to be coming into a pigeon. So same thing here, but this way. It's just a little bit easier for some people, depending on your flexibility, to feel it in your glutes. Very nice. And we're going to switch legs. So the same thing here. The bottom leg, we're going to bring it out. Proud chest, leaning forwards. You also want to make sure that you're leaning towards this leg. If you're leaning very much away, you won't feel it that much in your glutes. So you want to be thinking that you want to be leaning over the middle of your shin here, and using your elbow to really, really push that knee out. Leaning more if you can. Nice. On the next one, we're going to fold our mat, or if you're not on the mat, you want to grab like a little cushion or something soft for this one. And we're going to start in this position. And from here, we're going to lift that back heel to our glutes. We're going to think about squeezing our core, pushing hips forwards, just like we did in the squats, on top of the squat. And from here, we're going to be leaning forwards, and you should feel this stretch your quad. If you feel that this is painful for your knees, probably quite a few of us are going to find that. In that case, you're just going to do a lunge. So this one here. This one just stretches a little bit higher up on the leg. The other one is really great for stretching the bottom bit of your quad. So whichever one works for you. Nice. And we're going to be switching your legs. Getting into position, heel to our glutes or as close as we can. If you can't, then you want to be using like an extension of your reach, so an elastic band or a towel or anything that will make you reach your foot. And from here, squeezing glutes, pushing hips forwards. It's really important. If I'm like this, I'm not going to feel the stretch. So I really need to be pushing hips forwards and sitting down if you feel like you want more of a stretch. The more you sit down into it, the more stretchy it gets. So So whatever level you're at. Nice. And we're going to wrap it up with the good old forward fold. And for this one, we're going to keep our legs a little bit apart. So not glutes together, a little bit apart. And we're gonna start with lifting our chest up nice and proud, reaching for our shins if you can't reach your toes. And we're gonna use our arms to bring our chest forward. And while we do the last bits, I will also kindly ask a favor of you before you leave today. If you found this useful, please hit the like button. If you like the workout, leave me a smiley in the comments, and it really means a lot to me. And next week I will also release the same version of this workout but without my voice in it, so just music and exercises if you will want to repeat it. And the best way to get into a habit is to make sure you do a little bit every day. So subscribe for that. You can click the drop down menu and put on notifications as well. Thank you for stretching with me, and I'll see you next week.